Oh. Oh, there you are. There you are. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to explain the decision by the courts on how the English Health Service should treat trans children, whether they should treat them at all, thereby indulging their sick, unwholesome fantasies, or whether they should perhaps leave them to die, which some might consider a bit of an inconvenience, although, all things considered, this might be something of a mercy in the long run, and it would certainly save some money. At issue here is whether children should be permitted to choose to access potentially life-saving treatment that would give them time to decide on future medical intervention, or whether they should do as all previous generations of children have done, which is listen to their elders and, dare I say it, betters, and just do as they're bloody well told. Children, it used to be said, should be seen and not heard, and that is a maxim that I have done my best to apply in this case, by refusing to hear from a single trans child on the subject of what puberty blockers mean to them. I shall put aside for now the impertinence of anyone. I am looking at you, ladies and gentlemen, expecting the court to provide a rational explanation of how it came to a decision. This case was brought by a young person, a mere slip of a girl, who maintained that having made an error of judgment at age 16, and then continuing in that error for many years after, no one aged 16 or under should be allowed to attempt a similar decision. And I have much sympathy for this point of view. I know that on those rare occasions when Mrs. Once has required that I visit the local shops to purchase a bottle of lactic fluid, more commonly known as milk, and I have returned home with a bottle of bleach, views have been expressed on the subject of my competence in this respect. The words piss up and brewery may even have been uttered. Yet it is despite my fervent hope that one day she will conclude, as the complainant in this case, that it is a waste of everyone's time, but most of all mine, to presume I am competent to carry out such tasks. Still, she insists, most forcefully, I fear. At any rate, courts have frequently resorted to the fellow on the Clapham omnibus as the standard of rationality. It has, however, always struck me as peculiar that a man choosing to travel to their destination atop a bus, and not to be driven there by the chauffeur, is held up as a paragon of rationality. I shall say nothing of his choice of destination, but Clapham, really. The young lady who brushed up most well in court. I was pleased that I was not to be subject to a diatribe from one of those bitch lesbians I have read about in the Sunday Times. She gave excellent testimony, yes. She is welcome to come and testimony any time. Clear as a bell, one might say. Clear as a bell. Just my little legal joke. Okay, just please yourself. After that, we heard from a series of academics whose qualifications seemed most excellent to me. At least, I had never heard of the universities at which they teach, or indeed, in at least one case, of the matter on which they teach. And that is a sure sign that they know something. I must confess I am not entirely clear how a diploma in astrology relates to transgenderists, but I'm sure there is some connection there. As for the evidence from the clinic itself, we heard there from a bunch of self-confessed psychoanalysts and shrinks, and if that does not condemn them in the eyes of the public, I don't know what does. I am informed that I have no powers to lock them up for having the gall to confess to trying to assist a bunch of losers. Or patients, as I am told I must refer to them. in living a better life. And if that is not a condemnation of all that is wrong with our country today, I don't know what is. Let us turn now to the ruling. No to puberty blockers, no to trans children. They did not exist when I was young, and I see no reason why they should exist now. Even Peter Pan had to grow up eventually, and if growing up means losing all hope of a better world, so be it. I certainly don't enjoy my life, as Mrs. Once can roundly testify, so I don't see why anyone else should either. Some of the lawyers suggested that if we prevented children accessing this medication, we would drive a coach and horses, which is a most splendid mode of transport, through the principle of giving competence. Yes, we got round this by the simple device of inventing a wholly different Gillick test for trans people. Apparently the process might make them infertile, and they might even lose sexual function. I am since informed that neither of these things are in fact true, that many trans people have a full and excellent sex life, which I'm afraid seems to me just one more reason for the court not to indulge them in their lascivious, wanton ways. The fact that both these conditions might apply to abortion is completely irrelevant, because if a case comes up citing trans people as precedent, we shall just point out that there is one rule for them and another for everybody else. So that's all right, unless the case is heard before Justice Right to Life or Justice Motherhood and Apple Pie. But we shall cross that bridge when we come to it. Or not, as the case may be. At any rate, there you have it. Or, if you're a young trans person, there you don't have it. And there's no point complaining, because I can't hear your fingers in my ears. Bloody la! Thank you very much. Thank you. And good night.